Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Glenn Lall Show right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Joshua Van Slackman. I'll be a moderator this evening, and like last Monday, we will keep the program the presentation-wise very short, and of course we will leave time for you to send us your message and your calls. 226-7453 and 226-7454. Allow me, if you do not get to us on the landlines, the WhatsApp number is available. You can send us your WhatsApp messages on 622-2222. With that said, I'll hand you over to Mr. Lall, who will make his presentation tonight, and then I'll come back and take your calls and read your messages. Mr. Lall, good night to you.
Good night to you. Good night to all Guyana. Namaste to the world.
Namaste.
And let's get going. There's a beautiful quote that says, "Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguish one from another." You hear that? Only the lives we live that distinguish one from another. Very beautiful. This morning, brothers and sisters, the President and the First Lady of Haiti was shot in an assassination attempt. The President of Haiti died, and the First Lady is now critical in a hospital in Miami. Armed men stormed his private home and killed the president. It is sad, but God knows best. His wife is, like I said, is in the hospital now, trying to catch herself. But that's the end of her husband. Sometime or the other, all of us, time will come to an end. Just that we don't know when and how it will end. Death is a game none of us can escape. Death is a must. Live it as if today is our last day on earth. And what a wonderful world this place would be if we lived that way. If we lived that way, as if tonight is our last night on earth, we will harm or cheat no one, but share love. My sympathy, my family, the entire staff of the Kaieteur News and Kaieteur Radio, our sympathies go out to the relatives and friends of the late President Jovenel Moïse of Haiti. Good night once again, brothers and sisters. I just want to let you know that the Kaieteur website still under attack. My guy is still trying to fix and correct and try to resolve here and there. We are getting there, but the attacks are still coming from all over. It's not an ordinary attack, but hey, we will get it over with sometime soon. You know, I was watching Rachel Maddow's show last night, and she said companies out of Russia attacking American companies and holding them for ransom. Right now, they're demanding $70 million on a cyber attack in the States. I don't know if that money has been paid, but it has been going on for the last 2 days. This is what the world is coming to. I don't know who's doing or carrying out our attack, but we have been very critical on the oil industry and critical on the government and the opposition for not doing anything, not standing up for the people of this country. So our attacks could be coming from all angles, but that's fine. Like I said, we'll get over it, we'll withstand it. Let's get going with our program. Mr. Vice President Jagdeo and Winston Brasington is on the attack too. Them tying a noose around we neck while our President and Mr. Harman remains silent. Two major issues happened within the last couple of days. One has to do with a leakage and a big fireball in the Gulf of Mexico caused by a ruptured gas pipeline. And the other one has to do with the sale of Guyana's oil to India. Both of these issues are like hot potatoes, very secretive. Guyana is going ahead with the gas to shore project despite the high cost and the danger it poses to Guyana. Electricity can be produced 3 times cheaper than gas project, than that gas to shore project Exxon them wants to throw down our throat. Nobody knows to date the damage that gas leak will do to the citizens as yet, the one that happened in the Gulf of Mexico. But when I look at the video, as the fire burn in the ocean, it's like a gateway to hell. That's the risk Mr. Jagdeo and ExxonMobil in this modern day and age putting Guyanese through. A matter of fact, just 10 minutes ago I was looking at the television and I saw a big eruption from a ship off a port in Dubai. A big ball of fire went up in the air. They said it's an explosion from a container inside the ship parked at one of the wharves outside Dubai port. It said it broke windows and all the glasses on buildings for over 25 kilometers. You hear that, bro? Mm-hmm. 25 kilometers. That just happened today. And guess what? Guyana, this calamity happened almost a week now. That calamity with the Gulf of Mexico. And the Guyana Chronicle, the government paper, the Guyana Times, another government paper, the Guyana Times, a private paper, none of the two of them reported a single line on that underwater fire explosion. Only Kaieteur News and Starbuck News reported it. Ask why. Why didn't they want you guys to know about this incident? What do they want to hide from this nation? Read through the lines. Right. Read through the lines, you'll see what these people are doing to you guys. The whole world reported that incident, you know, Bernard.
Yep.
The whole world.
CNN, BBC.
Everybody reported that incident. Everybody. It was on all the front pages of the newspapers and the television lead stories around the world. But not the Guyana Chronicle and the Guyana Times.
Yep.
Read through the line and see what Jagdeo doing to y'all. By now we all know this gas to shore is a failed project. This is a noose Jagdeo and Brasington tying around we necks. And some of the diplomats silent. They're not saying a word. A matter of fact, some of them watching how we getting choked to death by that gas to shore project. You remember, man. You remember. Some of them encouraging we with the project. You remember the French ambassador? The man said, bring it on. He can ask French Guyana to buy some electricity for me. Guyana can't even supply Linden or Bartica or Essequibo with electricity. But they will supply electricity to French Guyana.
You think you pay 4 times the price?
20 times the distance from Essequibo.
You think you pay 4 times the price? A week?
Man, these guys have a joke. That French ambassador is past me.
7:30 p.m.
You know? He went so far to say that we should start teaching French in school.
We did used to teach French. It's true.
You know, you only say all this because one of his company, a company named Total, which is a French company, they might eventually end up supplying gas to our project, in which they will be making money. As a matter of fact, they will be pulling the noose tighter around our throats. Guyana, let me be very clear, please. This project is a rip-off. This project is a Ponzi scheme. This Ponzi scheme had started way back when Jagde wanted to bring the hydro false project on us. He and the Chinese, the Exim Bank of China, was going to lend us the money. Thanks to the creator, that Glenn Lall and the Kaieteur News, along with the opposition, end up blocking that program. So now it's the same scheme that we want to pull back again upon us. Like you don't mean to done with these type of schemes. Yeah, I remember. He and his team who held the press conference to give a presentation, man, Bernard, you remember? On the Gas Show project? And tell everybody, don't record it. Yeah, he tell the media don't record it. Imagine you're holding a press conference on a Gas Show project and tell the media it's not to be recorded. Eh? You don't want the Ponzi scheme to be exposed. What is going on in this country, guys? You see these men? You see Jagdev and Brasington? You see what they're doing? And to this date, all of you only hear about Gas to Shore, but not a single word from his mouth or their mouth. I don't know when he's going to hold the next press conference to finish that one in which he say you can't tape him. Bernard, when?
What are we, President?
So that, no. So I want him to keep one so we can tape him and we can play the recordings to show Guyana the Ponzi scheme he really want to bring.
So you're not going to get another one.
Yeah, we're not going to get another press conference.
So you know.
Remember I told you guys Monday night, Guyana only needs 200 megawatts of electricity in this land. And it will cost us 200 million US only. Not 9 and 10 and 12, only 200. Guys, the whole world going away.
And we get by sunshine every day killing.
Yes.
The sun is killing every day.
Exactly. 200 million. Why are you going to spend 900 million? You don't see somebody's going to turn a billionaire before this project starts? Huh? I told you that Monday night, that Louisiana putting a solar by 2023. Copperwell, 5 of them. Solar is the way to go. It's straight, clean, clear and simple. Pipeline
No pipeline.
Pipeline is disaster. Pipeline only leave room for corruption and underhand dealings. You know why? Because you got to pay for the gas.
And you got to pay for the pipe too.
And you got to pay for the
You
pipe.
know which the pipe costs?
Yes. And then you're going to have problems every now and again with the factory. So you get a way how to pump money just like the Skeldon factory. You got to find things where you can pump money into. You understand? Because when electricity gone down, they're going to say, oh gosh, you got a problem, fix it quick. 10 billion.
The Boris Bridge too.
Yes. Every couple of days or months, this type of project will have leakage. And, you know, somebody going to become a real billionaire overnight in it, man. It's over $1 billion this project going to cost us, you know. Yeah, man. And the danger behind it. But, like, nobody's saying anything. The foreign nations supporting these type of schemes, because you know why? Their country is benefiting big time on
They
it.
get in the contract to build it.
Exactly.
They're
Mhm.
getting all the taxes.
Yeah, man. Some countries like to see you make mistakes, so they could knock you down a little more. Mhm. Yeah, man. You know, it's like a nice woman, a sweet, sexy lady. You know, throwing yourself around the place. What do you think will happen? Men lining up to eat. Yeah, man. It's the same thing with Guyana. The leaders of this land throwing themselves around. Like hand-to-mouth people willing to settle for anything thrown at them. Yeah, man. They just don't know their worth, my friends. Brothers and sisters, they don't know their value, the class they have. Yes, they carry themselves like lowlifes, ready to sell themselves for little or nothing, while the foreigners take advantage on all of us. Because once you take control of the leaders, what do you think they're going to do with all of us, Bernard?
Raping we.
Yes.
Raping us or no.
That's why Guyana is where it is today with this oil contract. Because some of our leaders accepted little or nothing. Because that's who they are. I know many of you out there will never accept crumbs. All of you would want a fair share.
Hell yeah.
I know you guys have value. And you know that you have your value. Every one of us know our value, man. So, guys, we got to open our mouths and tell them that our value is 51%, no less than 51% royalty. That is what we worth. That's what Glenn Lall worth, no less than that. Every foreign country wanted and demanded free, fair and transparent elections. We see that in the 2020 general elections, guys. What happened to a free, fair and transparent oil contract? Can somebody tell me? Huh? For all the people of this country to enjoy their wealth. Eh, Bernard?
The wealth don't belong to we, belong to ExxonMobil.
We are enjoying the fruits of free and fair elections now.
ExxonMobil enjoy.
What about free and fair oil contracts too?
Only Exxon is allowed to enjoy them.
Why ExxonMobil and the oil companies is allowed to enjoy that freely and we are not allowed to enjoy our own thing?
Somebody selling me out.
Now, is that a difficult thing for me to ask these foreigners? Huh? Is that a difficult thing, bro?
That's all right.
That's our
You have
right.
to demand it.
Anybody notice where I'm out there by there now? Or where it gone? Huh?
Hiding, it's in hiding.
It's nowhere to be heard. A matter of fact,
No, it's there. It's encouraging.
a matter of fact, they are sitting and talking at the same table with the same tone of voice, yet the same language, but not a word on our resources.
Did the American ambassador invite the American company to come to Guyana? More of them to come to Guyana?
No, they're not in. No. Yes, they are.
Right, more. Not only Exxon, she's invited more to come to Guyana.
You know why? Because they are the real crooks behind our country's wealth. Who sit down quietly in their embassies. You know what they're doing? They're protecting their country's interests
She wants to bring more
with
American.
our resources. Yes, our gold, our diamond, our bauxite, our timber, and now our oil. Bernard, is visa got people stupid in this country, you know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is visa causing the silence? Guys, we don't need a visa. We don't need to travel anywhere. We need our fair share.
Fair share. We demand our fair share.
Guys, let me tell you this, man. If opening my mouth, standing up for my own thing, a visa will be denied, well, my brothers and sisters, them have to take that visa and put it where Pali put a monkey mouth nut, because I don't need it. You know, Guyanese lining up at all the embassy to get a visa, while the embassy people has a special line lining up at office of the president to get a visa to fetch where we wilt. Yeah. While you hustling to get a visa for run go pick up a few cents from them country, them running in here and extracting billions that belongs to you.
Pick up your work with that.
What a Guyana this is. They pick up you money, the billions, and shift it out. Yeah. Man, I believe this is a backward nation.
Yes.
Huh?
Very much so.
All of you should go to the embassies for a visa now. They will give you a visa to go and work like a slave there, while them fetch out your wealth like kings here.
Drinking champagne.
When it is finished, excuse me, they will deport all of you back here to suck salt, and them will live the king's life with your wealth over there.
Lavish.
Yeah.
Be in a cruise ship enjoying champagne.
Keep all your visa. Keep it. Come on, guys. Don't allow a visa to enslave you and your future generations. We got to think beyond just a visa. We can't do this. We cannot do this to ourselves. I need a fair contract. I need fair play. I need what belongs to me. A visa doesn't belong to me. You need a fair contract.
For your children.
We need what belongs to us, and we have to demand that. All the embassies, all the foreign nations wanted to see free and fair elections. No skullduggery, no thievery. It must be free, transparent, and fair. Man, I love them three words. Free, transparent, and fair. All the nations want to see that. Man, when the heads of missions, used to turn up at Ashman building every day, even late in the night. Sunday to Sunday, Bernard. Miss Harris, Sunday to Sunday.
You see them on TV. You see
You hear
them on
me?
TV.
You think these people they really love Guyanese?
Sunday to Sunday for hours.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're leaving the embassy to come out.
These people used to go to the length and breadth to maintain free, fair, and transparency for the Guyanese people.
Democratic process.
Yes.
The Guardian.
Only for election, not for eye contract.
How come you guys not standing up for us now to ensure that we get a free, transparent, and fair oil contract, man?
Or even
Huh?
fair, transparent governance.
You love us so much to ensure we get a free and fair election.
Love us for one
How
thing.
come you don't love us the same way to ensure we get this thing free and fair?
They're getting this free and fair.
Huh? It is not transparent.
Only for them.
It is not free will. It is not fair. So where are your voices, guys? Do we have to come with a placard to your embassies to ask you to intervene so we can get a fair share?
Maybe.
Man, Bernard, Guyana has to wake up. These people are taking you for a ride, while they're pushing our future, our unborn children, down a different slide. That slide, ladies and gentlemen, they are pushing us down is one of hunger, poverty, and huge debts. You hear me, brother? We got to do something. For 23 years, the PPP ran this country in secrecy, especially under the stewardship of Vice President Jagdeo. You know, they come back again in office and they're running the land in pure secrecy. We learn about the Marriott coming to Guyana from Grenada. Yeah, I spoke about that already.
Yeah.
And when the deal was signed, we learned about that deal through the Jamaican press, that Marriott is coming to Guyana. Imagine them bringing a brand new hotel to Guyana and then bringing it in secrecy. Y'all know that's the most expensive hotel on earth right now. The Burj Al Arab that built out in the sea in Dubai. I honestly don't believe that's a 7-star hotel. I don't believe that hotel carried the price that this hotel carried.
Wow.
You know how much one of them room? The Marriott room? $60 million. You didn't hear what I said? Let me repeat. 60 million Guyana dollars for one of the room. Yeah, with a couple blocks, a ceiling, a bed, a toilet, and a little chair with a little table. 60 million Guyana dollars per room, if you do the maths. No hotel in America got that price. None.
Wow.
None. Yes. That's why they had to bring them and do it secret. You know the hotel works for who now, right? The private people only. And we don't know who are the private players in that until now. Here another private business. India makes its first purchase of Guyana's crude. And guess how Glenn Lall know or this nation know?
Online.
Through an international news organization called Reuters. Yes.
Wow.
According to the news agency, the shipment will arrive in India the first week in August. And the news agency told us they use a Greek flagged oil tanker called Attis to carry the oil.
Wow.
The first shipment is the beginning of a contract to be negotiated between India and Guyana. That's what they told the news agency. Why would a government do business in this shady fashion? Can anybody tell me? What are they hiding? What deals are being cut? This is our oil, Mr. Jagdeo. And every one of us deserves to know what business transaction going on and with who, Mr. Harmon. Why you guys are silent? Why an international news agency has to pick up this news? And here the news agencies are not being told anything. Why?
How much is he doing?
You know, I thought the PPP have come back with some level, some degree of change and decency. But like they come back with the same attitude of secrecy. Guys, you did it for 23 years. Come on. Don't do this to the people of this country. The coalition came in and they make a little changes. And everything they're doing now is gone back in secret. You know, my reporter call the minister responsible for the oil sector, Vikram Bharat, and ask him about this oil deal. Since Friday, he promised to send out a release. She asked him back yesterday again. Today, before I came here, I asked if you're going to respond. You know, not a single word, not a statement from since Friday to now about this oil shipment.
Wow.
Yes, Guyana. This is the financial gurus we have running the country.
They belong to them.
This is why y'all can't put biscuits in your children lunch kits. This is why y'all can't get an increase in your salary.
Yep.
This is why y'all can't get $1 million in your bank accounts every month. Because everything is being done in secret. And not a single politician, none of them, holding press conferences or speaking up or saying anything. A matter of fact, yes. They're running behind the Guyanese critic. He's suddenly become a journalist in this land. A professional journalist. We're losing big time every day that goes by with this contract, brothers and sisters. Let me repeat. If we change this contract, every person can be collecting $1 million a month. Not household, you know. We are hearing nothing from any one of our leaders for a renegotiation. As a matter of fact, I'm not hearing anything publicly, but maybe they're talking in secret. Now, the few shipments of oil we get in, they're selling it in secret. And not saying a word. What a beautiful Guyana this is. Trinidad is moving away from the gas to shore project. But only Exxon Mobil and Jack Deo bringing this nonsense to us. I told you guys, the world is bringing, generating electricity at $1 million per megawatt. This one they're bringing a cost we $3. More than $3 million per megawatt.
Trinidad rock extra gas to flare, you know.
Christopher Ram, an attorney at law, and an accountant, told me after looking at the company financial statement, the man said it is virtually not possible to have a holistic picture or understanding of how expenses are being charged against the Liza 1 project. You hear that, Bernard? The man is confused. He doesn't understand how Exxon is charging expenses on the Liza 1 project. The man said, the man said, we are checking. What are we checking? It's better we give up and tell Exxon to take everything.
They are doing that. We have to tell them. That's what they're doing.
Mr. Ram said the government should move out. He said they should move out the way and have independent people look out for Guyana's interests. You hear what the man said? The government should move out and allow independent people to look out for our interests because they're not doing anything.
Totally agree.
The man said independent people for run the place so that rules and regulations can be respected. Exxon have no regard or respect for any rules or regulation in this land.
Does not apply to Exxon.
Ram said the oil people taking out money from this project for work being done on another project. You hear that? Every dry hole they keep taking out money for. They could take out money. Exxon could take out $5 million tomorrow morning for employees working in England. And we just have to pay it. They could take out money from Trinidad. They take out money and say that they have workers in Jamaica. They have employees there and send Guyana the bill. and we just have to pay for that. You understand? Because they can say that those people are working on the Guyana project. You hear me? You see how sweet this contract is? This is the sweetest contract, man. You think I'm nothing sweeter than this? You allow a bill, you allow bills to come for you to pay from another country in such a fashion that, hey, just pay that bill. I have employees working in Indonesia. They're working on a project for Guyana, and the bill is $2 million a month. Guyana just got shut him out and pay it.
Well, man, so the other PSA,
Yeah, man.
we can fix the other PSA then. Fix this one, fix the other one then.
Well, this one, this is the biggest one you got to fix.
Is it old one get tight?
Yeah. Wow. Them a dig and come up with dry hole. You see the dig and come up with a dry hole in Kanji? Yeah, man. Listen to this little piece of what the contract says, what it means, and you tell me if this is a contract. For all the dry holes them dig and them find all over the place, the money we pay. And these are big money, you know. These money are in excess of $100 million US dollars. Money that we will never even see in a lifetime on all the oil we have out there. Because of that contract, guys. This is not a contract. This is a free-for-all. This is a giveaway. Every dry hole is $100 million.
It's a rape.
Yes.
Rape in a
And our leaders not saying anything.
They are part of it.
Sometimes you want to believe these people in a coma. $100 million American dollars for dry or wet hole, man. How much money are you collect in from 2019 to 2020? 457 million. I hope for the whole year. 457 million is 4.5 dry hole. 4.5 dry hole.
That's so far.
You hear me? And we have over 50 something dry hole. So if you take out the 4, you got 46 dry hole. Or if you take out 6, you'll have 44 dry hole. It's $4,400 million American dollars we gotta pay in dry holes. You know, you have an idea, or Jagdeo have an idea, if Guyana will ever see $4,400 million in profits. Huh?
There's a lot of crumbs talking about.
4,400 or 4.4 billion American dollars.
If you want, you get less than 300 million over the
We want to ask Jagdeo when we will ever see that. And that is only in dry holes. And dry and wet holes. No, that's only for the dry holes. The wet holes that they're pumping from, we still got to pay that. Because it's a total of almost 80 holes these people done drill around the place. Yeah, man. Not so by the time done, there's nothing for us there. There's nothing for us there. These contract doesn't change. Chris Ryan said, them don't even file the financial statement at deeds registry on time. You let a local man, a local company doesn't file. CGRA ready to penalize him the next day.
Yep.
Can somebody say something to me? What is wrong with these leaders? You know, 2 congressmen just repeat what the U.S. ambassador said. And many others been saying how Guyanese people have to benefit from their oil money. You know, Bernard, I'm getting tired hearing this nonsense from people. You know, what oil money these people talking about? I told you guys, Gail Chishera jump and said the same thing. And now Ralph Ramkaran, this man is a senior counsel. This man used to be the Speaker of the National Assembly in the PPP government, following the same trend, saying how people must benefit. Benefit what, guys? What's there to benefit? He said Guyana's wealth Ralph Ramquan said Guyana's wealth is for the people of Guyana, irrespective of their ethnicity.
What will?
I don't know what wealth.
The Quams could pay for the roads.
You guys are sailing, or is a dream you guys selling the people of this country, man?
Don't know who will buy it.
Hmm? The first dry hole in Kanji oil block. Mr. Ramkaran, Gail Teixeira, and all of you, them hand us a bill for 155 million US. Plus they get another one. If it's the same cost, then that is the money we get in 2020 from the island. So that 2 dry hole alone, that will be 300 and something million. It's 300 and something million dollar Guyana get in 2019. And Kanji giving me a bill for that money alone, for 2 dry hole. Then where is the money we getting, girl? Can somebody answer me?
Dreams.
Huh?
Dreams. They're selling dreams, my
It's
friend.
magic money.
They're selling
Yes,
dreams.
yes. Did you feel the money? Are you guys smelling any money?
It's in our dream.
Wow. I keep repeating that, I keep repeating that money. That money we get there for 2019 and 2020 can't even fix a little piece of the road they already damaged in this country. So where is the money, Mr. Ralph? Can anybody answer that question, please? But all of you here is how this money will be shared equally among Guyanese. That is why I want to hear the money should be shared equally among Guyanese.
Information
Guys.
is sharing, but money will share.
Brothers and sisters of this beautiful country, please send these morons back to school. Let them do some mathematics, some algebra and geometry, and understand how business runs and operates. Guys, in the Exxon Stabroek block, you got over 50 dry holes that Guyana is paying for at 100 million US at least each one. Wait, man. The congressman didn't hear this. The US ambassador ain't know this. Gail Teixeira and Ralph Ramkaran may be still sleeping. This is over 5 billion American dollars in dry holes, guys. And Guyana knows nothing about it. Guyana did not even authorize the digging of those holes. All Guyana know, every dry hole is over 100 million US dollar to add as expenses. Yes.
No offensive media.
5 billion American dollars in dry holes alone. I told you guys, let's go out there with our little boat and dig for oil. Money is out there. We don't have to catch fish. Let's catch dry holes. And if we get oil, we can sell the oil to the embassies. That's what I will do. Sell the oil to the embassies. And if we don't get oil, we get paid for the dry hole. It's a big win anyhow. And that is in American dollars. You hear me, Josh? You ready to join?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Today we carry the story. Guyana to pay US millions for second dry hole in the Kanji oil block. It's there. Read it today's newspaper. The same oil block, what Donald Ramotar and Robert Prasad them sign away for free, or said give away for free.
Wouldn't it be beautiful?
Yes.
No oil there?
That same oil block give us another dry hole. We also have $100 million pre-contract costs on the Kanji oil block without any clear details of how they arrive at $100 million. But Guyana has the bill for pay. So they get the oil block for free. Them hand us $100 million they call pre-contract costs. Maybe they must spit in the water or rub their hand on top of the surface and just say, Guyana, you owe me 100 million. I'm just thinking that. Now they're digging holes. The first one they dig was dry, 155. Today, another one, they hand us, this is in excess of $100 million too. Like I said, this may very well be more than 155, but they did not attach a cost to this last dry hole. Go, guys. Go, man. It's more holes you're giving us. Wow. Wow. I was told right now, oil is being siphoned off through the ballast water section of the boats. I don't know if you guys know the ballast section of the boat. Is a portion of the boat at the bottom that when they carry the oil, they bring back water to balance the boat. That can take maybe 200,000-300,000 barrels alone in that section. So when they dump that water, I'm told they're filling it with oil to go back. And that oil isn't being checked. So we could very well be losing 200,000 barrels every shipment that go out. Not our oil, not from our shipment, but from every shipment that go out, we can get knocked 200,000-300,000 barrels. Guys, you hear me? Let me give you a chance to talk. There's too much to talk. Let me give you guys some time to call in and let's continue this discussion. Please.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Let me remind you, you can call us on 226-7453 and 226-7454. Let me also mention that you can call us on WhatsApp at 622-2222. If we have a call on the line, do we? Okay, so 226-7453 and 226-7454 this evening. You can also send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 622.
Let me tell you guys that Suriname does not pay for any dry or wet holes. Only Guyana pays for that.
Yes.
Suriname, if they find a hole that has oil, Suriname owns 20% of that well. They pay no money to dig it, all expenses, none whatsoever. They are not concerned with your expenses. But Guyana pay all the expenses, and when they find oil, Guyana only entitled to 2% royalty. Suriname, take the call.
Caller, good evening to you. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Good night. Thank you for getting on tonight because trying so hard is it.
Let's get going. Come on.
You, Mr. Glenn Lall, and everybody. Hello?
Sir, could you please lower the volume of your radio before you continue talking to us? Are you there? Alright, I think we lost that call. Let me just remind you, when you call in, please lower the volume of your radio, whichever device you may be listening to us from this evening on the Glenn Lall Show.
I was telling you, Josh,
Yes.
that Suriname owns 20% of everything in that oil. Well, go ahead.
Good evening to you, caller. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Neil. I'm just calling about these dry holes you talk about. So it's like it's going to continue because the politicians, they can't say no because there's always going to be a dry hole and you can't say, okay, we stop. And, why charge for a dry hole when you could profit? But I think what happened is that they can't say no to these because the money already there, so they done in anticipation of getting this oil. So they're not going to say no to it, even though how much it's going to cost.
If there was no fencing, you would have to pay anything. Because of no fencing, that's what you have to pay.
I didn't get to hear him clear, but I guess he's talking about transferring costs.
Yes.
Yeah. Lack of ring fencing provision, we can lose billions. And 6 years now, our government hasn't installed that provision as yet.
We not only can, we are. But we are losing. Because
Yes, we are losing. We are
those
losing.
in the country,
Thank
but
you.
we pay
Thank you,
from
caller.
the from the
Yeah.
cultural block.
Right, yes. Go ahead. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Yeah, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn, good evening to you also.
Good evening.
I want to know this wealth that we have in this country. Like, this wealth belongs to the politicians. Like, especially Jack Dio and Ali and all of them. Because they are making decisions and they keep it secret. All these things that they are doing, we don't know nothing. The gas to show thing that they want to bring to us, they just want to bring it and they just keep it a secret. No conference they're holding. They ain't doing nothing that they enlightening the Guyanese like what is happening.
And you notice every single one of them is silent. The PPP is silent, the PNC APNU is silent, and the PPP is silent.
All of them is silent,
Yeah.
and this is what I want to know what is going on. I do hope that the Guyanese people is waking up to what is going on. And these people, they are running to critic now. When anything, they run into critic, and critic just asking them, you know, what is nice thing for them, and then they think they ain't got no press conference where the media could question them about our business. This is not Jack Dio and Ali business. This is the Guyanese business.
Exactly.
Yes?
Exactly.
And we gotta wake up to the reality of what is happening. You understand?
Danger lurks ahead, bro.
Show this dead donkey to us, and they telling us no feasibility study. They ain't do nothing and showing us how this thing will work and we go benefit from it. We can't benefit from it.
1 second, hold on the line.
Yeah.
Hold on the line. You can't tell them they didn't do any feasibility study. They said they did a feasibility study or three feasibility study. Here what they did. They get their own people to do a feasibility study to tell us that the thing will work.
Exactly. Exactly the feasibility study.
It's like I asked my daughter to do a feasibility study to show my staff that this thing will work. What do you expect she's gonna do?
Well, you see.
But beside that, hold a second. The price per megawatt for electricity now in this world, my friend, is $1 million American dollar. That's how cheap it is right now. We can get somebody to put down one in Guyana starting next week, and in a year time, the person ready to give the whole Guyana electricity half the price. But would Jagde want that? No. Jagde want the gas to shore, because that's the gas to shore putting on there is going to work like the Skeldon plan. You know, the Ponzi scheme? Yeah.
That is the thing what I want to know. They could do this, the wall is going solar and hydro.
Yes.
Exactly.
And they're coming and telling you about gas to shore, telling us they want to bring this. And it's dangerous for the environment, it's dangerous to the people and everything. And the solar and all these things could come cheaper.
Very
to us.
cheaper,
We
very
could benefit
cheaper.
more, we could save some money there. And they're saying nothing. They want to push it down with throat. Man,
Exactly.
we cannot accept this foolish then. We
Exactly.
cannot accept these things.
Well, I can only tell you guys, you guys have to make the move, not Glenn Lall. I am only telling you. I just tell you guys the other Trinidad. All the years
Yeah.
Trinidad produced natural gas, and they have been generating electricity from that. They are now moving away from that too, because they're moving towards cleaner, cheaper, and better electricity. Trinidad. Right now the extra electricity that Trinidad is generating, I think it would cost Guyana half the price to just run a line from Trinidad to Guyana, and they can supply the whole Guyana. at half the
Exactly.
price. And I think Trinidad would love to take it for half the price.
But Glenn, one more thing before I go.
Yeah.
This contract with Exxon, we got nothing, absolutely nothing to give. All with these politicians, with the financial gurus, you call them, trying to tell us we can get this. This is there for us, but we have nothing to get. You could imagine we got to give Exxon time before we could go out there if we want to check something, it's foolishness, man.
My
These
friend.
things gotta change. We gotta get these things changed so that we could benefit from our wealth. This wealth is not Jack Dion, Ali, and Harmon and Granger them wealth.
Exactly.
Right here, this thing gotta stop. This thing gotta stop. We gotta put a stop into this foolishness.
Exactly.
And I hope the Guyanese people is listening. Well, look, all the people at my workplace, everybody, I enlighten them, and they're listening, and right now they tune in. Everybody ready for do as soon as when you're ready for we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yes.
Because this thing, it cannot work like this. This is not Jackie and Ali wealth. This is Guyanese wealth, and we gotta benefit from it, Glenn.
That is what.
Thank you.
That is something.
A chance to enjoy the rest of the night. Keep the good works up, you and your team.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
You see what I'm busy doing? If I didn't know confidence motion for minister. Yes, son, no exam Billy. Busy studying no confidence motion.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Right now, I am looking for some lawyers to help me out, and I am not getting lawyers. Right? That's what I want to do. I want to challenge some of these things in the courts, but I am not getting lawyers. But like, I want to tell you, my friend, this fight we're having here, it has nothing to do with the PNC or the APNU or the PPP or Indian, African or Amerindian, brother. This thing got about ourselves as Guyanese. This thing is about our future, our children's future. And this should be number one priority. When you guys wake up in the morning, the first thing we should look at, because you said there's nothing here for us, but I want to disagree with you. There is lots here with this contract as it is for us. You know what? Debt and debts
And destruction.
and destruction. That is what we have right now for this contract. And if we don't get a change, that is what our generations will face too. So it's a twofold. It's what is there for us right now as a people. Like I said earlier, the little money we have can't even fix a piece of the road the oil company already destroyed in this country. Every day you watch the road. And this is only a little piece of road I'm talking about. If you check the money, this economy is losing out just by those oil operations out there. We're losing 15 times more than what we have gotten in 2020. The economy is shrinking because of that. I spoke about the holding up of traffic, the manpower we lose, the man hour we lose per day, going and coming to work, our children losing, our family losing. You know what a strain and a dent that is causing on our economy? Our economy is shrinking, bro. It means that our government will be running to the bank for more and more and more. They're already running to the bank for more. Running to the bank is indebting us more and more. We have debts. Jagdale came on this radio station and said we have 2-point-something billion American dollar debts that sitting on our backs. That's all we're hearing. We are hearing the addition on loans and debts, but we are not hearing if these debts are being paid. You know what's happening here? Our children, he and the coalition, both of them is leaving debts to be saddled, to be fetched by our children and our grandchildren. Come on, man, I need to talk to you guys. Call and use the phone.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, girl. Good
Yes. What I call to say is this: what Glenn Lall is doing. This is not a racial thing. This is not a political something. This is a Guyanese thing. So we all Indian and black people got to come together and hold one head,
No,
because
leave
we
it.
can't get these people raping we like this.
Thank
In
you.
front of the world, and the world laughing me.
Yeah.
Because as Glenn Lall said, we ain't got none forget. I think we got something forget. I think we can get a lot of flooding. You understand? We can get a lot of flooding. There's no guy people can live on boats. Because all the produce water
Yes.
and the balanced water we see it thrown in the sea.
Yeah.
We can get flooding every time the rain fall, because the sea level gonna be rising, and Guyana is under sea level.
Thank you.
You understand? So these people coming and they're damaging we.
Yes.
They're destroying we.
Yes.
Just now we grass might even grow.
Yep.
You understand? They're gonna kill out the rice farmers, and all these people are gonna put them out of business, and when they're done, we left with a whole set of expense. So we can't just sit down and let this thing go out. We gotta do something, and we gotta do something more than just sending picture.
Yes.
You understand?
I hear you. I hear you.
It's annoying to know what these people do, and this is not with no PPP or PNCs. It's all of them that they're raping we,
Yes, I agree.
and the money still raping we.
I agree.
We got to do something about it. This all I gotta say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This all I gotta say.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. The Atlantic Ocean is observing right now as we speak over 150,000 barrels of produced water every single day.
Polluting, we fishes, polluting.
Right? When they start with Leaser 2 and Leaser 3, they will be pumping almost 700, 800,000 barrels per day. I went to the Yellowtail consultation, and when the man said, when ExxonMobil had said they will be pumping 274,000 barrels per day in the ocean with that one alone, I was sitting there, oh my God, Guyana is doomed.
We have no more fish.
Within-
Fish. We have import fish.
Well, not only import the fish, is that when that water is thrown into the ocean, right, the sea level, like the woman said there, will rise. You hear how many people said that they have never seen the height of the flooding like this year?
Yeah.
That is because of what they're doing out there. You understand? They're pumping, they're pulling, and that's what they're doing. When you see 2-3 million barrels of produced water being dumped there, you know what will happen? Water might end up in this studio, this radio studio, with the kind of rising it will have. Take the calls. Yeah.
The fight is against people against ExxonMobil, not our government, not our people. Our fight is with ExxonMobil, not our brothers in the PSC, PPP, whatever. We are not against any political party. This is a fight of Guyanese versus ExxonMobil, who's raping our country.
Yeah, but we also have to include the leaders.
Indeed. Caller, good evening
Because
to you.
they're silent. Without them, we can't do anything.
Caller, you there?
They will have to do what people
All
want.
right. Continue. We seem to lost that caller there. Yeah.
Yep.
Bernard, we have to go after our leaders.
We need to. Good evening to you, caller. Hello.
Hello, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah, good night to you and your panel there.
Good night.
Yeah, Mr. Glenn. We still live with you. We still listening to you, and we still glad to know what you're doing.
Thank you.
But Mr. Glenn, let me tell you the truth. No matter what people say, me got nothing to forget. I know I got things to forget, Mr. Glenn. This thing belongs to me.
Exactly.
This thing belongs to them.
Exactly.
And if Mr. Jack Dio and these other politicians them don't want to go, when ExxonMobil going, they got pack the bag and go with them, Mr. Glenn. That's all I got to say.
I hear you.
Because them there with them, let it go along with them. This thing getting overbearing, it's getting annoying. This thing is getting miserable and disgusting. You know, this thing gets, so, you know, sometimes I don't know what for really for talk. And these people is no problem, Mr. Glenn. Good night, Mr. Glenn.
I hear you. Good night, sir.
Good night.
That's what you gotta feel.
Sir, I feel that way every day.
The frustration.
The ExxonMobil shareholders are on their cruise ship enjoying drinking champagne with our will. And we do what?
Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hey, good night, good night.
Good night.
One question. Mr. Glenn Lall was talking about the debts and billions of debts. Why we have to keep borrowing money when we're an oil-rich country now and we keep selling this oil to India to all over this place? Why not using that money instead of borrowing money and put the country in debt all the time?
Thank you. Hold on the line. Don't come off.
Right.
My friend, the little money you're getting there is nothing. What are they going to use? That money can't, like, listen to me carefully, please. Listen to me carefully.
Go ahead.
The money that we collected so far from the oil, listen carefully, brother. The money cannot fix back the road from Timeri to Georgetown, where the oil company then broke up. So what money are you talking about? Listen again. The expenses they're adding there every single day is by the billions, and none of us is checking there.
Plus the interest rate and the loans.
There, we have asked them, we are paying interest rate on the 20-something million, 12 billion American dollars, and not a single politician tell us anything about that. The
They won't
interest,
tell me. These people here, I don't know. But let me tell you something, Mr. Glenn Lall. Them is not indispensable. Everything will come to light, and they will get catch. They need to make our contracts come to light and let the people know what's going on. And they should let you be one of the advisor, because you will start the right thing, and everybody that's here what's going on from your show. And one of these days they will say that I want to shut it down like how they used to shut down Sharma. Trust me, it coming.
well, they're already tampering with my website, my online web page. They have been trying to do that all from UK, from Singapore, from all over. They're doing it. But that's fine. We can handle that. Don't worry about it. Even if they shut down whatever they shut down, you see this mouth that's speaking here? Can't shut it down. If I have to take the mic and drive around in a truck with a jukebox to inform Guyana, I am ready and I am willing to do that. If I gotta give up the newspaper and go out there in every village in this country every day, I will do it. Let me see how you're going to stop my mouth then.
And let me tell you something, Mr. Glenn, a lot of people will back you. I'm one of them. And I don't care if I have to come and go with this. And if we are the squeal wheel right now, we have to make our children and be debt free. I have 3 children. You think when I grow up and I finish school and I need a job and I'm going to, they have to pay all these debts that these people taking and putting on these children's head when I go in there? It's unbelievable.
Exactly. You should not allow them to do this. Ali and Jagdev is running every month, every day. The coalition did the same thing too. Pick up debts, all the scramble of debts. Imagine you is an oil-rich country, brother. Right now you're actually the richest on earth, and you're beg for COVID. Man, come on, man! Oh, this thing is sickening. You're beg for money to buy vaccine.
83,000 square miles with less than 1 million people, and you telling me that we can't live happily and rich? Dubai have how much people live in there, and they're importing people for work for them, tax free and all these things.
In Dubai,
look what we have here. Why we can't live like that?
Exactly. In Dubai, half of the population are work. Half of them gets a fat check when the month comes. I tell you, the people of Dubai can travel 3-4 times a year and go on vacation any part of the world. That's how the government does it. I went there, I see it. You know, they import maids, they import policemen, they import security guards, they import cleaners.
Exactly.
Waiters, waitresses.
Mr. Glenn Lall, thank you very much for listening to me tonight, and I will be tapping into your show every night when you have show. You will get a call from me.
Thank you, bro. Stay.
You're welcome. Enjoy and be safe.
And send us those pictures. Boldly, and say renegotiate the contract. It must. It's not a contract. I don't like renegotiate, but change it. It's not a contract. It's not a contract.
Like Kaieteur said, if it benefits one party, it's not.
Yeah, this is not a contract, man. This is not a contract.
That's a provision to waive.
And these morons we have for leaders trying to tell us, keep it quiet. Oh, well, you know, we can't do nothing. Anil Nandalal went to New York and tell people, what? The contract has a four
corners.
A 4-corner contract. This is a 4-corner contract. Well, Anil, as an attorney at law, you need to make it a 1-corner contract. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, Attorney General.
You are the Attorney General for this country. Make it into a 1-corner and a 4-corner. Nobody needs a 4-corner contract. People need one contract that spells it out very clear, and it must be fair to each party. That's all. As an attorney at law, I think you ought to know. When you do contract, you have to be fair to both sides.
Before the election, he was saying that he was going to renegotiate because they have to, he was going to fix it. As soon as to get in power, he started to change the tune.
The dollar them dancing Jack New line. All of them.
Right at Freedom House. He said the country is legal, what they're doing on the PNC is wrong, he's going to change it.
It's so sad what's happening in this country, man. And you know, Joseph Harmon is the opposition leader, a lawyer. You know, all these guys, Trotman, all these guys are lawyers, you know, and they're still staying silent with all these things. Why, man? What happened with you, man? Huh? No, you got to change this thing. It have to change. Exxon have to change it. You got anything there? Let's go. Guys, the phone line's open, man. You sleep. Like you guys sleep away on me. Shout out the number in case they forget and let's get going, man.
7453 and 226-7454.
I know it's a difficult thing when I speak because there isn't much that you can ask. But you need to send those pictures and let's stand together, let's bind together as a people, as Guyanese. You know, I saw a video with the same Anil Nandalal visit to New York and Rickford Burke went and protests and the things they protest there for. I am like, my gosh, God help this country. God help the people of this country. You protesting about a little thing here and a little thing there. And our whole nation is going in the graves, into graves, with our hands tied behind our back, our feet shackled. We are going into mass graves with our own resources and nobody saying a single word.
There's all clowns, man. Just like Harmon, they're a bunch of clowns.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where this country is heading, man. Protests should have been everywhere.
Indeed.
Everywhere, from top to bottom. As a matter of fact, we should take the protest to President Ali because he's the man of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Take the protest to his home and his office. No. Right? Josh, let's give a good night.
Yes, we can.
May God Almighty bless all of you. And let's take this fight. Take it. We got to take it. We got to stand up. We have to get our fair share. Remember, a contract that benefits one side and one side only is not a contract.
Say it again.
It's a license to waive.
It's not a contract. Prime Minister Kaieteur said that and called on British Petroleum and had the contract renegotiated within 3 weeks. He was able to pull in and locked in some of the loopholes in the contract overnight, in which Trinidad is raking in money by the millions, what they were losing out for over 70 years. And that happened because he got hold of his contract and got to see the terms and conditions, what the contract had, what they were living with. But now we have the contract in our hands. We are seeing it before we start, what we are living with. So please join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have some small videos too that I play online and I make on a daily basis to throw on the Facebook and on YouTube so the world can see some other stuff that I'm talking about, what's happening in this country. So guys, God bless you all and have a good night.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Victory, smile, fighting against conviction, one man against all nation. I didn't possess no diamonds, no pearls, so I became one man against the world.